All right, today, like I said, page 568, and we are going to be starting a section on trigonometry. And we're going to focus today on trigonometry ratios. Trigonometry ratios, and the three ratios that we're going to focus on today are sine, cosine, and tangent. Now, these ratios are used to find angle measures inside of right triangles. So here's how these trigonometry ratios work. If we have triangle ABC, we're going to set up some rules here to show you how to write the ratios for this right triangle. Now, before we go any further, trigonometry ratios, we can use an acronym, and this acronym is SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. Now, what the SO means is that the sine of an angle is equal to its opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. Here's the S for sine, O for opposite, H for hypotenuse. The sine of an angle is equal to the length of its opposite side over the length of the hypotenuse of the triangle. The CAH stands for cosine equals the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. Your C means cosine equals the A is adjacent side over H is the hypotenuse again. And then your tan ratio, or your TOA, stands for tan or tangent of an angle is equal to its opposite side over its adjacent side. So here's how this works. I'm going to put some numbers in here. We'll go with side AB is 6, side BC is 8, and side AC is 10. And what we're going to do is we're going to write the sine, cosine, and tangent ratios for angle A, and then we're going to write the sine, cosine, and tangent ratios for angle C. Now, you don't ever write sine, cosine, or tangent angles for angle B because you know its angle measure. It's the 90-degree angle in the triangle. So we're going to start off with sine of angle A, and here's your notation. So we say sine of A equals. Now, we're talking about angle A up here, right here. The 6 is adjacent to angle A. The 8 is opposite of angle A, and the 10 is the hypotenuse. All right, adjacent meaning next to. It's the side next to the angle that's not the hypotenuse. So the sine of angle A is going to be opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite of A is 8, hypotenuse is 10. And then 8/10 is 0.8. Cosine of angle A is equal to cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent to angle A is the 6, and the hypotenuse is still the 10. And 6/10 simplifies to 0.6. And then the tangent of angle A is equal to its opposite side, which is 8, over its adjacent side, which is 6. And 8 divided by 6, 1.33 repeating. Everybody see it? All right, so now we're going to write sine, cosine, and tangent ratios for angle C. And here's our angle C. Can anybody tell me what angle is adjacent to C? 8. Good. Opposite of C? Good. And the hypotenuse is still 10. So sine of C. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So 6 over 10, which is 0.6. Cosine of angle C is adjacent, which is 8 over the hypotenuse, which is 10. And tangent, angle C. Tangent of angle C, opposite over adjacent. So that is 6 over 8. .75. Any questions? Simple enough? It's real important that you understand the difference between opposite and adjacent, okay? Angle A has an opposite side that's 8, but angle C has an opposite side that's 6. So your opposite and your adjacent change based on the angle that you're writing the ratio for. The hypotenuse is always the side across from the 90. The adjacent side is next to the angle you're working with. And the opposite side is across the triangle or opposite the angle you're working with. So here's your practice for today. Make sure you read the directions carefully, because now you are expressing ratios as a fraction and as a decimal to the nearest hundredth. So when you're doing decimals to the nearest hundredth in your calculator, you're going to push, if we're working nearest hundredth, in the calculator, you push the second button. That's the green one. Then you push the period button, because it says fix right behind the period button. And since you pushed the green button, then you've activated what's in green writing behind the button. And then you push the button with a 2. And that rounds everything 2 decimal places, which is hundredths place. All right? So when you're working to the nearest hundredth, second fix 2. And if you program your calculator that way, you don't have to do any rounding on your own. Clear? All right, then your practice today is going to be on page 573, 1 through 6, and then 16 through 21. Please read and follow the directions.